Hey team! Okay, so I want to remind you your homework for Thursday is log number three. And if you are getting low scores on your log, like if you're getting like fives or fours or lower than that, that just means you need to write more. So giving me 4 sentences, not enough. You should be aiming for at least 10, if not more. Okay? All right, so let's talk about what we're doing today. We're going to be talking about themes and central ideas and how they work together. And if you kind of know what both of those are already, that's great. If not, we're going to explain, we're going to practice together. You'll know by the time you're done today. All right, so the thing to know is that we start with a theme and then the central idea comes from that. So a theme is one word that kind of sums up something that story or movie or TV show or whatever is about. So it might be something like family or love or relationships or growing up, or it might be something like freedom, right? It could be all kinds of things. And then our central idea comes from that. It's the message or the lesson that we might want to say about that theme. So, for example, if our theme is family and we're reading a book all about how, these family members like support each other and they're there for each other, then our central idea might be family always supports each other. Okay? Simple as that. So, we're going to practice a little bit. We're going to identify 3 themes from The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Then we're going to identify a central idea for each one. And then I'm going to show you how to walk through and show your central idea. Okay, so I'm going to go to my assignment. And if you need a minute to navigate there, then you should pause the video. Okay, so my first thing is to identify 3 themes that appear in the book. Okay, well, when I'm thinking about what we've read about The Perks of Being a Wallflower so far, one thing that really, really jumps out at me is friendship. Because Charlie is always talking about Sam and Patrick. Another one that really jumps out at me is family, because he's also always talking about his family. And let's see, for a third one, I feel like growing up is kind of a big deal, right? Like he's learning lessons. We could also use love. We could use relationships. There's a bunch of themes in there. You don't have to stick with just these 3 if you have a better idea. Okay, so our next step is for each theme, we're going to generate a central idea. So we have to say something about friendship. So what do we want to say about friendship? Well, when I think about Sam and Patrick and Charlie and their friendship, I keep thinking about when they went to the diner together after they first met and they were like asking him questions, and they didn't like laugh at him or anything. They just kind of accepted him, and they just keep accepting him, right? Like whoever Charlie is. So I think that's part of true friendship. So my central idea is going to be that true friends accept each other. And then I need to do my one for family. So when I think about his family, they don't really say, I love you a lot. They don't spend a whole lot of time together. But I know that Charlie doesn't doubt that they care about him and they love him, right? Like he knows that. And they support him, like when they let him go do stuff with his friends. They support him when he's having issues, right? So I think that's what I want to talk about. So I'm going to say family should always support each other. Okay, great. And then I need to do one for growing up. So, well, Charlie's learning a lot about who he is. He's having his first like really big crush. He's having his first like really true friends. And it sounds like he's enjoying it, but it's kind of complicated. And it's not really something that you do like, overnight. Like it's not like snap and then it happens. So that makes me think that like growing up is a process and it can take a long time. So I think that's going to be my central idea. So I'm going to say growing up is a process and it can take a long time. Okay, cool. Okay, so now I have my 3 central ideas, and I'm going to choose one of those that I want to work with. So I think I want to go with friendship. True friends should always support each other. So I'm going to type that here. Accept each other. Excuse me. True friends should always accept each other. Okay, great. And then as I go forward, I'm going to talk about what I read in the book that made me come up with this central idea. I'm going to give 2 examples from the book. So I might talk about what I said before, the part where they go to the diner. And then when I look at my next 2 questions, I'm going to talk about why this central idea might be important to the story. So these are Charlie's first friends since Michael died, so I might talk about that. And then the last question is whose characterization fits with this central idea? So, for example, if my central idea is about accepting people, then I might talk about Sam and Patrick's characterization and how they're really respectful and they take Charlie seriously and they're accepting. That might be something that I decide to put here. Okay? So we are going to go through this together on our phone call today. So if you feel like you really need some extra help, that's what we're going to do. Otherwise, you can text me or email me if you run into problems.